a little, not really athletic yet.
Oh, you handle it? What's your strong point?
Yeah, I was a point guard.
Oh, okay.
So actually, when I first started, I can shoot.
Okay.
And I can handle.
You still shoot.
Right, but I was like, that was my thing.
Okay.
That's all I could do, right? Because like I was little. So when I got bigger, everything changed. My form changed. My shots, the strength of my shot changed. So I went from shooting down like this to being taller and like changing my shot. So he was like, we got to spend a lot of time in the gym. And it was like, no one knew who I was in the city. No one was like, I wasn't on anyone's radar. And the one thing he told me though, he said, if you ever late, because he had come to the house and hit the horn one time. He said, if you ever late, you're not coming back no more.
Oh, wow.
So you better be on time. He came every morning, 8 o'clock, picked me up. And I was late one time where he was pulling off and I chased him all the way down the street a couple blocks. Just because I wanted that work every day.
Right.
And he was the one who kind of started me with loving working on my game and understanding that, I'm not just playing, this is something I want to do, for my life.
You knew right then and there basketball was your choice? That's what you wanted to do?
When I got up every day in the summer, I knew. When all my friends was doing something different, and I was like, no, I'm going to the gym. And I was getting up every day, and I was waiting outside for him to pull up. That's when I knew. I said, this is what I want to do. Because, it wasn't just cool to be around the neighborhood, being better than the guys in the neighborhood. Now, my mindset and my work was different.
Right.
And I was giving up, my summer. As a kid, your summer is everything you got. That's all you got.
Right.
And I was giving that up to be in the gym every morning. That's when I knew. I was like, okay, I want to go to college. I started having dreams of okay, I want to play at a D1 school. I want to, this dream of want to be in the NBA. I want to be in the NBA now.
How old are you at this point?
At this point, I'm 16.
Do you have a buzz at this point?
By the time I get to my senior year, I got a local buzz.
So in the city?
Yeah, so the thing is in Chicago.
Which will carry. That buzz will carry.
The buzz will carry, but this the difference from my buzz and Kevin Garnett, Ronnie Fields' buzz.
Stop it.
Right? So my buzz is different because I'm in the suburbs.
I was about to say. Still South Side, though.
Yeah, but it ain't the city. It ain't Whitney Young. My school, it's not Whitney Young, it's not Westinghouse, it's not those schools. So they kind of look at it like, suburban kid, he good, but he ain't playing against the top talent in the city. So how good is he?
Are you going through the city? Are you playing everybody at different spots? I know we all meet up at some point. You going to Kenny King, you going over here. South Side don't really necessarily come over to West Side. Right. That's Saturday mornings for all y'all out there. Right, you remember that?
Yeah.
Wolf used to ship us over there, make us play a lot of South Side guys. Were you going around the city playing different guys?
I had to.
Right.
Because it was the only way I can get respect.
Right.
So I had to show up at Kennedy King. I had to show up at the lakefront in Chicago. I had to show up at all these places because people will call you out. They weren't like nowadays. You can go on social media, somebody say something.
Right.
Word travel around the neighborhood. Right. So my cousins lived in the city. So I always go over their crib. And they like, yo, D, such and such down the street, he called you out. He said, come to the gym. You ain't this, you ain't that. So I got to go down there and I got to go handle mine at the gym. So I definitely did that because I wanted people to respect my game. You know what I mean? And I might be living in the suburbs, but this is where I'm from. I'm from the city. And I play with that kind of that toughness. So.
And that's what I like to say when I hear Chicago tough. That's where that comes from.
Yeah.
So now, Marquette comes knocking at your door? They the biggest school to come recruit you?
Well, yeah. So, man, I had Bradley University. I had Illinois State. I had DePaul. Chris came and says, whew, I'm glad I ain't get picked by Miami. So I turn and I say, what you mean? He said, man, I heard about Pat, what he do, this and that. I come from the school of hard work. So I just left Marquette and Tom Crean. I'm like, it can't get no worse than what I just went through. Because I had to be a part of building a program. You know how much work goes into building a program onto the national stage? Wow. So right then and there, I start smiling inside because I'm like, this is exactly what I want. Because if this is the mentality of guys, I'm already ahead of the curve. I'm ready to learn at this level and try to do the best I can. When I got here for the first time, I was like, what is this? This is like paradise. This is what I dreamed of. I dreamed of going to paradise one day, I'm here.
Congratulations, man. Welcome.
The years before you got here, people didn't want to come down here. Pat Riley was known for taking years off of your career.
When I came into the Pat Riley craziness, I was used to it.
I'm going to get you started right now. Okay? There it is, right there. We're not even going to wait. Congratulations. Nice to see you. We are happy, very, very happy.
This is what I needed. If I didn't have this, I don't know if I would be where I am. Like, I needed that, you know what I mean? A young kid coming out, my mom going through a lot, my dad was going through his struggles. I didn't have a lot of guidance, and I needed this Miami guidance. I needed that Pat Riley grip that he put on early on as a 21-year-old kid out here living in Miami.
That structure.
I needed it.
Talk about a little bit on coming from Chicago in that first year, coming into the league.
When you come from, the city I come from, a lot of guys, that's been in the NBA, you can see they ain't scared of nothing. And the mentality we have is, if I don't handle my business, I don't eat. That's the Chicago mentality, right? When I first came in, I probably wasn't as talented as guys. I think I got better every year. You know what I mean? But one thing I had that will. I had that toughness. That I knew that if it's gonna be between me and you, I'm gonna win this battle. That's the mentality I have. Any way I'm gonna win this battle. So that's kind of how I started in the league, and then eventually my skills caught up to that mentality I had.
Pivotal moment to yourself to put you on the national stage.
It definitely was the playoffs.
The game is tied at 79. Come on! You gotta wanna win!
Coach called a play for me in the huddle, and I'm a rookie, I'm nervous, I'm scared, but I'm a competitor, and I live for it.
They let the rookie handle Wade out in front, trying to create off the dribble.
By Wade putting the move on Davis.
Wade puts it up. It's good!
Yeah, baby! Came through! Stan Van Gundy went to the rookie and he delivered!
And then it was the Indiana series, because I took it up a level against a better opponent.
Wade down the middle. Wow, what a play by Dwyane Wade.
That kid's unbelievable. And the NBA is back in Miami.
After the Indiana series, I was like,
You belong here.
yeah.
You have an assurance about yourself, and it's crazy you say that you start to play like that.
Yeah, I felt it right away.
I don't know if you remember this. It was very quick. We was in Minnesota, and I saw you, and I told you, boy, you it.
I remember.
You the next.
From that moment, I realized this, like, as an older player now. Like, I grab younger players, I take them aside, I say things to them. Because that moment in my career, we was 0-6, 0-7, one winning any games. I'm feeling like, when you're young, you think, every game is like, now when you get older, you play games, you lose, you move on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how to move on. You hold on to them. So I remember when you grabbed me, you told me never to stop, don't quit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Keep being that dog, keep going. Like, just that moment for me was huge, because I'm down on myself, I'm down on this team, we ain't winning nothing. And then at the time, the MVP of the league grabs me and let me know that I got it, that he see it. So as a young kid, I'm like, okay, what I'm doing is right. Let me do more, because I want more of that. I don't even know if you remember this. When we met, when you came to Miami, I was at home with my boys, right?
Right.
I got a call from somebody that was like, yo, KG, he hanging out. It's like 3 in the morning. I'm like, I'm on my way. I went down, shoot down to the beach. We get an opportunity, talk or whatever. And then they put us together the next day.
Right.
We go out on a boat. I've never been on a boat before.
Right.
I'm on a boat, and I'm out here like, yo, I'm on a boat with KG. Like, this is cool. Like, this is dope. And then, like, the confidence that you was pouring in me while we was out there. We was talking. Remember, the boat was rocking?
I remember this.
It was rocking, and you held me.
I'm
You
good.
was like, I ain't gonna let you fall in.
I got you, right?
And just the confidence and the stories that you was pumping into me after my rookie year, after I'm coming off already a successful year, and that confidence, having vets and people that you look up to and respect give you that, bro, it took me.
Catapult.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's the level I can be on.
I got to ask you this, because I've watched this matchup for years, the dynamic with you and Cole. Can you go in a little bit about just the back and forth? I know y'all have a true friendship, but I do know y'all have a very spicy and adamant competitiveness. Could you talk a little bit about it?
Obviously coming into the NBA, like I said, for me, the active guys, it was Iverson and Kobe, was like, the two that I wanted to be on the court.
Right.
So it went from like my rookie year, like excited to play against one of my idols, to my second year, we playing on Christmas Day, we playing these games, it's most watched games, people tuning in, and like we going at it.
Right.
You know what I mean? We getting in scuffles.
Did you get a sense of difference from Kobe after that?
Yeah.
It wasn't so much, what's up, young fella, how you doing? It's more like...
Well, at first it was nothing. Like Kobe never talked to me at first, right? So I knew when I was playing against Kobe, I had to gain his respect just by the way he was guarding me. Like Kobe would go all the way over there on the screen. Like he'd go 4 people removed when I first got in the league.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, okay, I gotta get his respect. So then, bam, 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 hit a couple of them. He's like, oh, okay. Now he push up a little bit. I'm like, come on, here he come.
Right.
So one, I had to earn his respect. And then if anybody know Kobe respects you if you a dog and you gonna go at him.
You go back at him.
And that's when Cole started to respect me, when he realized, like, I'm not backing down. And it's not that attention, it's just who I am. I mean, me and Cole, we got into a little tussle in the All-Star game a little bit, and I ended up hitting him the wrong way and he broke his nose.
A hard foul on Bryant by Wade. First flagrant foul in All-Star game history.
That was the first time I've ever seen that.
So I'm gonna tell you the thing. So after All-Star break, we got the Lakers about 3 games after the break.
Yes, he got the mask on.
He got the mask on. But you know what? I called him. You know, I didn't initially do it. I called him and I said, yo, Kobe. He was like, bro, I love it. I'm like, you what? He's like, I love it. I see you in a couple of days. I'm like, oh, this is, oh, snap. And he gave it to me too, boy.
Kobe Bryant put it in and won. An authoritative start. I think he came ready to play.
One of the coolest moments for me in my career was Kobe's in the playoffs and he calls me. And he say, D, they guarded me like this. I know you're great at pick and rolls. You're great at splitting. What should I do? In the finals against Boston. So I give him my whole, this is what I look for. This is what I do, this and that. Man, I get off the phone. I'm at Prime 112. I'd have lost it. I'm like, oh, just call me. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, at that moment, that was real, bro. That was like the amount of respect. He's in the finals. And he's like, yo, they guard me like this. I need to figure it out. You the best at this. I'm like, really?
Straight up.
You know, so like, our relationship has just been, you know, it was so many different levels and so many different, you know, relationships that we've had since I got in the league. And it's an ultimate respect of each other. It's just the way we approach things.
Speak on the Olympics. What was the Olympics for you?
When we went to the Olympics, we really built a bond. We built a relationship because Kobe got a chance to see me work. You know, he's like, oh, wait, I like the way he do. You know what I mean? Like, we enjoy playing together. He's like, I never played with a guy like you. I never played with a guy like you before. So, like, we was, like, teaming up on people.
Use all your momentum to go, bam.
The respect of how we played the game, it was different, but it was with the same fierce and toughness.
Think about it. You're going to work out anyway, and you can't find better people to work out against other than who you with. You with the best of the best right here.
Our practices, bro, our practice, you got those, we the young guys, you got the Melo, the D-Wade, the LeBrons right here, but then you got the Kobes, the J Kids, you got the older guys here that's still good, then you got the young guys, you got the Chris Pauls, the Darren Williams, and so it was like this mix, right? And Coach K would play on that. He knew that we had this, you know, this respectful dislike for each other, and we would go at it in practice. We'd be talking, everybody talking together, back and forth.
But that's what it is.
Yeah, but you bring the best out of each other. But it's like, ain't nothing harder than this.
No.
Ain't nothing harder than getting a bucket in the Olympic practice.
Talk about playing with Shaq and what that was like.
Right away for me, it threw me right in the midst of, hey, you going from, hey, you had a cute year to, all right, it's time to win a championship. It took me where I needed to go from my game standpoint because the work I had to put in. But it's not for everybody neither. So we struggled trying to get everybody to understand, one, what it takes to play with Shaq and what the expectations is. And two, how to play with Shaq.
Right.
Now you playing with somebody who demands the ball, but also he demands a certain amount of attention. We went from getting into cities at night where nobody was waiting outside a hotel our rookie year to getting in 3 in the morning and it's flooded. Wow. Because everybody wanted a glimpse of Shaq.
Talk about being D-Wade, the celebrity basketball player.
Yeah, that was tough. Because I'm such a to-myself person, and playing with a guy who is so big personality. So I was kind of learning from him a little bit. And he just said, just be yourself, bro. Don't try to be nobody else. So for me, when I got my opportunity and these deals started coming in and it started taking me to where people started noticing me away from basketball because of the T-Mobile commercials. I remember being in the airport And I tried to go in with my hoodie on and my hat and my glasses, and I was talking, and this lady was like, I know that voice. She said, you that guy from the T-Mobile commercial. In the process, I was just being myself, and I was growing, and I just started coming out of my shell, and I started enjoying it. I was like, you know what, this is cool. And then Shaq gave me a nickname, Flash, and then people want a little glimpse of Flash.
Flash. Ah.
And it became like a whole nother beast. When he gave it to me, I ain't like it at first, but then he told the media, and then it started catching on.
All right.
And I started to see what he saw, because I started to see, I was like, man, I am fast. Like, I was not always fast.
Nah, elusively though, yeah.
And I started to see what he saw, and then I bought into it.
Right.
I was like, well.
And you start playing like Flash. What the?
Yeah.
And Dwyane Wade, that's why they call him Flash.
Shaq is like the validator of nickname. You know, he gave Paul his, and
that's, by the way, the coldest nickname. I mean, yours is cold too. The big ticket is
AI.
The answer is cold.
Magic's cold.
The truth. Magic. Magic is known by Magic.
Right.
First of all. But like, that's one of the top nicknames.
Fire.
NBA history. Then I get another nickname. It goes from Dade County to Wade County. And that just blew my mind.
305 Wade County! Woo!
As you're growing, you're seeing Miami change at the same time.
I see Miami go from a strictly football town to a basketball city. It's like, you know, we got all these signs and billboards, and to be in the middle of that and be a big part of that was crazy, but at the same time, I never let it affect my work. I had to grind more.
Right.
Because I started to enjoy it. I started to like it.
You start to go into a mode where you want more. You win, you tasted that. What was the first championship like?
Like, I was numb. Like, if you go back and look at the moment where I'm on the stage with the guys and they give me the MVP trophy, Shaq handed to me. Yeah. I'm just like...
Hat cocked and everything.
Yeah.
I love
Straight Chi-Town. Straight Chicago. Hat cocked. And I'm just like, how did I get here? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that hit you right there,
it hit me. I was on stage. Man, I'm in the back. And they like, D, go up to the front and get your MVP trophy. I'm like, what? Wow. Like finals MVP trophy? So I'm just in like this daze and like, and then Shaq hand me the trophy. And I'm like, how? How did this happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just, a couple years ago, I had 3 scholarship offers. Wow. And now I'm standing up on the stage and I'm the finals MVP. At this moment, I'm the best player in the world, right? I'm finals MVP. So I'm like, this is crazy.
You belong to me!
Think about what you did for Zoe, what you did for Pat, what you did for all those guys. GP,
Twan,
that was their way. Twan, some of them guys never got back to that. And that was that magical moment.
You know what I loved about that group, bro? We got to a point in the season where we wasn't playing well. And they was like, yo, it's his. He got to do it. And like, I didn't take that as pressure. I took that as, oh my God, like I got these Hall of Famers telling me that it's my show. And you can see it, like how we played in the finals. Like, they let me do my thing, you know? And I love them for it. I appreciate them. And we all got what we wanted out of it at the end of the day. But they pushed me ahead and say, bro, it's your time. And that was so like, that was the confidence that they gave me by saying that was crazy.
When you sit back and think about the people that you've emulated and watched their games and tapes and things you pulled from, who are you a combination of if you had to put some labels on your game?
Of course, Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson, one of the reasons I wear number 3, and Kobe.
When I sat back and watched your game, man, you was a combination of when Iverson would probably float something, you finished that with a dunk. Or when MJ would pull up, you would finish that with a reverse layup. Those influences, being able to put those into your game, now that you say that I see them, I'm speaking as a player now, breaking you down. First thing you gotta know, you're the king of rejects. Where'd you get that from? You've done it. How many times did I do? You know, I did it 27,651 times you rejected a pick and roll. Is that a read or is that you? Because it's become like the Dwyane Wade thing to do.
All my moves
reaction
is all instincts of how the body's moving. So if I catch the ball and I'm on a live dribble and the defender body is shifting this way, I got him. Because he can't go back that way quick enough. So it was just all about shifting the body a little bit. And if I got you to go that way, then I go back this way quick.
I was a victim of one of them trash-ass Euros.
Wade thought about 3. In the goal. Oh, with the crossover.
That was definitely one of my top Euros of all time.
Yeah, it's all good. Because, listen, Which you gotta know, that's probably top 5, one of the most tired I was. Oh my God. If I had enough strength to pick my arm up, I was gonna foul you.
Now you see me. Now you don't, Kevin Garnett.
And the family trips that y'all take, and I'm saying y'all, LeBron, Chris Paul, Melo, at one point when the cigars got lit and the women went to bed and kids put away and the wine got popping, at one point did y'all start saying, hey man, let's get together and start doing this? I want to hear this.
Well, what I took on first was, and I said this in the press conference in Boston after y'all beat us one of them years, y'all beat us. I was like, this will be the last first round exit I have.
This will be my last first round exit for a while. I tell you that.
We heard that and laughed. Like, better get used to it, buddy. We don't play no going. Just so you know.
Done. Yeah, because y'all beat us like 2 years in a row. And I was like, in that presser, at that moment, not knowing anything, at that moment, going into that summer, that was going to be my last exit. I knew that we needed to strengthen them.
You weren't talking about going nowhere either.
No, I wasn't talking about going nowhere. It was my first time being a free agent, so I was like, yo, but I'm looking, right? I'm looking.
You serious?
I'm looking because I don't like this feeling. Like, I've won a championship already, and I've averaged 30. I've averaged this. I averaged that, and this ain't fulfilling me. What fulfills me is continue to advance the next round, and getting a chance to compete for that championship. So once I got to that point, I said, okay, this is what fulfills me. This is all I'm playing for the rest of my career. So I set out for that. Never thought LeBron, never thought Chris. I just thought, okay, what teams out there or what players can we get to come, blah, blah, to Miami? No lie, I'm in Chicago. I'm about to figure everything out with my agent. Henry Thomas, he said, hey, LeBron and Leon want to talk to us. I said, cool, let's call him. I'm in his office. Call him on three-way. He said, D, what are you thinking? I told him exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like, bro, I'm not exiting the first round no more.
Are you thinking about leaving at the same time?
I am. I'm considering Chicago at that time. Oh. They got Derrick Rose, a young Derrick Rose before his MVP season.
Young Derrick.
They got Luau. They got Joe King. They got a good core. So I say, what you thinking? He's thinking the same thing. I say, well, what are you looking at? He say, Chicago. I say, me too. So that's how it started. And it got to the point where it was like, yo, we need to meet face to face. It's like, all right, let's meet face to face.
I already know what that is. Town business.
Face to face went to, hey, I've led the league in scoring. Hey, I've done this. I'm tired of doing that. You wanna play together? I was like, damn right, I want to play together. Like, let's do it.
What that feel like when he said you want to play together? He's like, what? Because y'all used to bang, bro.
Well,
y'all used to bang.
I love my matchups versus Bron.
LeBron through the crowd. Wade with a block. Don't take your eye off this game.
There's 3 on the way. And what else would you expect? Wade with the steal and the slam.
Yeah, baby.
Kobe, Bron, like,
right.
I live for those matchups. Yeah. But at this moment, I'm not thinking about those matches. I'm thinking about competing to try to win a championship. And I see the look in his eyes, and I know that he's, like, he needs it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he listen, all this King James, all this don't matter right now. Right. Like, I need it. I need to get there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm at the same place, you at the same place. We both saying the right things. We both saying it don't matter about MVPs, it don't matter about scoring leaders, it don't matter about this. It just matter about getting to that championship. And then it was like, okay, all right, well, me and you gonna do this, but we can't do it alone. Who else can do it with us? We go down a list of players. And it was no brainer. It was like, Bosh.
For real? Wow.
Because we're looking at the free agents. Amari was a free agent. Carlos Boozer was a free agent. We know we need another big guy. So I was like, CB, one, personalities, right? Amari got 2.
Amari got a big personality, too.
So we got me and Brian person. We got 2 alphas.
Right.
Amari.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay.
And he from Florida. Oof.
And he wanted to come, he wanted to come.
Hey,
like,
he a young Amari, too.
Yeah, before he went to the Knicks, Amari.
Ooh.
So we talked, but it was like, and then we talked about Chicago with Derrick Rose. Like, okay, how would this work? He PG, I need the ball, you need the ball. Can that work? Hey, sound good. I don't know if it can work. So like, really, we sitting there and we trying to put this thing together as we going through the process, trying to figure out like what's our next steps. And then we got a chance to say, you know what, let's talk with Bosh, because me and Bosh had the same agent.
Oh, wow.
We all got a chance to sit down and talk. Chris was 100% in. He was shocked, first of all. Like, when we had the meeting, Chris was like, wait, y'all want to play together? All 3 of us? Wow. He was like, yeah. He was like, I'm in. Like, that's simple.
No-brainer, right?
He was like, for real? I'm in. And then we started the process because we had to compete against y'all. We had to compete against some real champions. We couldn't compete with Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen, and Rondo. We couldn't compete. We got to get that toughness. We got to get that togetherness. If we don't get that, we don't beat them.
Right.
It became more than just talent. It became mental game. Y'all beat people mentally. Y'all was like the big brothers beating up on the little brothers, right? And during the regular season, we wasn't ready. Y'all was smashing us.
Crowd on its feet here in Boston. James blocked from behind by Garnett. And the Celtics win again.
When we met y'all in the playoffs, we feel like we prepared and ready.
With an explosive move, putting on a show here.
That was serious, man. Those was battles.
Oh,
This is hand-to-hand fighting right now.
We're watching how y'all calling the plays, they pulling over. Oh, look how they,
Smackdown by James.
It was a chess game now. I just wish we was a little younger. That's all.
In the moment when we beat y'all the first time, I'm at one end screaming, Bron at the other end screaming. This ain't the finals.
Right.
This is like, I think this was like second round that year. But that's how much it meant to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it meant so much to us because, like, we felt validated.
Right.
Because, like, y'all was great champions. In the second year, when we came back after losing in the finals,
Right.
that's when I came back with a whole new makeup.
You
That's
look
when
different. Your body looked different.
I looked different. I felt different. And that's the moment where I told Bron, you know, I told him that summer, I said, hey, one of the hardest things I ever had to do, but I had to turn it over to him.
Smart. That was probably one of the smartest moves because he was ready, too.
And he was ready.
He was hungry.
And
he was hungry, dog.
And we all needed him to be what God gave him. We needed it, you know? And I didn't want him looking over his shoulder. Because the first year, it was, you know, it's Wade County.
No doubt.
We both, and then think about it, we come from where, yeah, you younger than me and I'm a little older, but like, I feel like I'm better than you. You feel like you better than me. We going at it. And then we got to become teammates. But I still got that, no, I'm one of the top players in this league.
No.
He's like, I'm the top player. You know, so it's like, you know, no disrespect to Kobe. I'm talking about as a young generation coming up, we both looking at each other like, no, I'm the best. But we playing with each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's taken away from both of our greatness. So I'm like, okay, how can we get to that where we trying to go? I gotta allow him, the younger guy, the one who I see where he going. I can see where he can go. I gotta allow him to go and take the keys.
Who helped initiate that? Pat Riley? It's hard for you to be
That's
able
me.
to
I did
shoot. Just holler at you, Joe.
I did that.
Yeah.
I sat down and I thought long and hard about what I wanted out of this. I had to give him the confidence to take over and be one of the game's greatest players.
I thought that when LeBron and Chris Bosh got with you, you embedded a bit of toughness in both of them. LeBron was kind of probably you would expect to be tougher and got better, but you know, no disrespect to Chris, but Chris was complacent with being here. At least it came off. And I remember playing him and his rip through and felt like the Miami Heat helped those two go to another level.
Yeah.
Talk about what you was able to take from them.
I think the one thing I took from Chris is because of this game and the want and the need to win a championship was just like
So great.
You know what I mean? And like we wanted so bad. And I think the one thing I took from Chris was just the calm factor. Chris is one of the calmest, coolest dudes ever. How he prepares for games, how he walks through life, he floats. I started picking up on his vibe a little bit and was like, you know what, D, maybe you don't need to be as serious as you have been. You know what I mean? Maybe you need to relax a little bit. I started looking at the game in a different way. You know, LeBron, his work ethics, and I thought I worked until I seen him work. I was like, oh, I gotta step it up. I gotta work even harder. At that time, I never seen nobody take care of their body. Like, I seen vets going out ice and do some treatment. I never seen nobody 24/7 have somebody taking care of them, getting treatment around the clock, doing all these things right out there, getting the shakes, like all this little stuff. I never seen nobody doing that. So I was like, oh, let me take my chef serious and not have him making me fried chicken. So like, I started picking up certain things that they did to make them successful.
When LB left, did you think that the aftermath of him leaving was going to be like it was?
This is a mural in Miami. LeBron's face has already been blacked out. It's been defaced.
I expected it to be all love. I wouldn't think that the Heat fans and the Heat community would go like that.
After he left, I'm like, we should be thankful as a group, like what he helped us accomplish.
No doubt.
Like, I never even expected to play with this guy.
Right.
Like, I never expected to play with Bron. You know what I'm saying? I just enjoyed our friendship that we had and then our competitive relationship that we had.
Right.
So after 4 years, I was like, man, hey, go back home, bro. Hey, good luck. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming here for these 4 years and what we did. I appreciate that. When it happened, I was like, I get it. He's now ready to go back and do what he eventually did, was put on for a city.
Did you get a sense that he always had that in him? Like, man, I want to do this for Cleveland, where I'm from.
I always knew it. I mean, it's not nothing that we talked about, but
inadvertently, you
yeah,
knew, huh?
I knew it. But he doing it in Miami. It's different. It's at the end of the day, call it what it is. Miami is Wade County, so you're doing it in Wade County still. You know what I mean? And he got an opportunity to go back and do it at his home.
And I like to think that when you gave him those keys, bro, he has never turned back. He's never reverted back to what I knew him to be. The kid that ripped the jersey off in Boston. that 23 is dug underneath the TD bank, you know what I'm saying, right? But he has never reverted back to that.
No.
He's taken the horns, and I thought that he had learned something in Miami and felt confident enough to take it back to Cleveland.
I'm a dude what makes my city and my state happy, and that's why I came back. I love you. I'm back.
You get ready to leave here. Was Chicago more about a negotiation going wrong and Miami not stepping up to the plate, or was it a desire for yourself to go back home?
So it was a combination of both, right? When that summer came and negotiation wasn't going the way that I thought they should have went, it gave me an opportunity to look out there. And at first, Chicago wasn't even on my radar. It was, Denver came out and Denver offered me a big deal. Then I was like, you know what? Reach out to Chicago, see what the interest is, because this is my opportunity. Right. If I am going to go anywhere, this is my opportunity to go back home. And I took that opportunity to live a dream out that I've always had, that I didn't know if I would ever get to or should get to, but this was my moment. I've been in the mirror, I've been in the backyard, I've been on the court, I've been a bull.
It's a culmination.
You know what I'm saying? I will not take back anything that I've done here in this city because this is home.
Right.
They took me in.
Right.
But you gotta understand where I'm from. And I bleed Chicago in here.
We are absolutely thrilled today to finally introduce Dwyane Wade as a Chicago Bull.
That first game, when they got an opportunity to put that jersey on and come out in that star lineup and hear my name from Chicago as a Bull.
From Chicago, number 3, Dwyane Wade.
It was special. It was special for me.
What was that year like for you being back home? It's cold, not in Miami, not getting up in shorts no more.
The old saying.
Uh-oh.
The grass ain't greener. It's like, even though I can adjust to anything, I'm stuck in my ways too. Like, I am who I am. I believe in what I've learned, my culture.
Right.
But when I got there, it wasn't there. If I was gonna have the career, the ending I wanted, it wasn't what I
envisioned.
But yeah, so I'm glad I did, and I'm thankful that they brought me in, they let me do it. But I'm also, thankful as well that when it was over, they allowed me to leave, and gracefully allowed me to walk away and just say thank you for this opportunity.
My fans and the support that I've gotten since 2003, and all I could do is give back this year to give the fans an opportunity to come and see me play one last time.
I got my family here with me. We're about to pack up some things for families. This is what it's about.
I want to talk about your philanthropy, man. Can you speak about some of your passions and some of your favorite charities, and with those favorite charities, why?
So for me, man, it was, growing up in the inner city of Chicago, I seen a lot and depended on a lot of people, depending on the church to give us, food, depending on other